What are these 3 books I've got here and why? I'm going to reveal all of that because, hey, it's our 15th birthday. Digital DJ Tips is 15 years old. We weren't going to go live today, but I thought I would turn the cameras on and just come and do an impromptu special AMA, a little Ask Me Anything, which I'd like you to do. We are 15. That doesn't happen very often. I'm going to spend a couple of minutes now telling you what we're going to do to celebrate that 15th birthday. And in the time it takes me to do that, hopefully, anything you ever wanted to know about us, you have got my absolute permission to ask. So please do use the comments and we'll just have a quick chat after this. But hey, we're 15. Incredible to think that when I started a little blog, in fact, I have a picture of the little blog I started 15 years ago. When I started a little blog like this, that it would turn into Digital DJ Tips, the website that is still there now, but of course it is augmented by our YouTube channel. And more importantly, our best-selling book, which I've got here, which has helped tens of thousands of people learn how to DJ. And even more importantly, our complete DJ course based on the book, which completely changed the way DJ training is done online. It's been often copied, even its name has been copied, but no one's got close. So we're very, very proud of what we've achieved in the last 15 years. And that's why we're live. Just want to talk about it for a bit. I want to give you a few behind the scenes bits. I want to tell you what we're doing to celebrate this 15th anniversary milestone, because we're doing a lot to celebrate. So I'll talk through those things now. And as I say, when we finish that, we will chat. The comments are coming in live already on my screen here from you guys and girls watching live. So hello to all of you. Hello to Kesha and Don and Jeff and Andy, who says congratulations. Don says happiest of anniversaries, Phil. And Mixmaster John Roback, good morning to you too. Hello to everyone, by the way, on Facebook, YouTube and Twitch with us here today. Right, okay. What we're doing to celebrate, right? Let's talk about what we're doing that you can get involved in to celebrate the 15th birthday of the world's favorite DJ school. The first thing we're doing is, this isn't about making an offer to you or anything, but I will tell you, because I'll show you where you can go and find out more about it. If you head to the Digital DJ Tips website, if you go down to the Digital DJ Tips website today, you will see this banner at the top. Your VIP access is waiting. Find out more. If you click on that banner, you drop onto this page here called Unlimited DJ Training for Life. Your chance to own every course, every workshop and future training we offer for a very, very low price indeed compared to buying it all individually. This is something that we've actually already launched to our students, and it's done extremely well. Our students are very enthusiastic about this, and we've got many, many people who are on our new Access All Areas lifetime learning package. So you can learn all about it. It's a considerable but also phenomenal investment in your DJing. If you're serious about DJing, if you want the lot, if you never want to pay for courses again, if you don't like subscriptions, you like to own everything, do come and take a look at it. As I say, there's a banner at the top of the screen. And just for this week only, to launch our 15th birthday, we've got it at a price that is not going to be repeated. So as ever, get in quick and you get the best deal on it. So that's the big thing we've done. You'll hear all about that. So this isn't what this live stream is about, but hey, that's how we are kicking off our summer. There's more though. We've got a whole summer of prize draws. Let me tell you how that works. So we have talked to all of our friends in the industry. As you know, we are 100% funded by you. So thank you. Every penny that comes into this company comes from you buying our courses, which we're eternally grateful for. It means we don't have to carry advertising. It means we're not in the pockets of anyone, but doesn't mean we haven't got friends out there. Far from it. You know, most people are very happy to work with us and help you become better DJs. And so we have teamed up with everyone we can think of who responded quickly enough in the industry. Lots of people were like, I was too late. Couldn't get one of those slots. And we've put weekly or every 2 weeks slots all the way through the summer, starting now, giving away stuff. And the stuff we're giving away now is from In Music, the Dead and DJ and the Newmark makers. So if you head over to Digital DJ Tips and you scroll down and find this win one of 4 top standalone controllers from Dead and DJ and Newmark post, you can find out how to enter and win an SC Live 4, a Prime Go Plus, a Mixstream Pro Go or a Mixstream Pro Plus. Effectively, you just click on the link and stick your email in. And this draw is open right now. So you could win a controller to help us as we begin to celebrate this whole summer long birthday of ours. What else have we got? What else are we doing? Right, so we got a special summer school. We do this most years, but this year we are going to town on it. We are launching a whole set of new training videos, free training videos, covering all different areas of this fantastic hobby of DJing. And all of them are tied to really big, long training guides, which have got downloads and handouts and things that you can take away and implement immediately. It's everything from your music library to live streaming. It's literally, we've got like 8 of these things coming up, and they're really, really useful, valuable training. They'll be starting at the beginning of July. So do keep a lookout for our summer school stuff. We've got merch. We're actually finally going to get, and it's not just any old merch, it's cool, we like it, we think it's quirky and funny. So you keep an eye out for that as well to help celebrate our 15th birthday. We've got a series on DJ gear through the years. Now this is really interesting, and actually this brings me on to something I'm going to show you now, which is poking a bit of fun at ourselves really, but in a constructive way. But we've got a whole look back on the way DJ gear has changed since we started in 2010, but since before that as well. Even before I was running Digital DJ Tips, I was writing about DJ gear for DJ publications in the UK. They used to send the early stuff to me, the early software and DJ controllers and stuff, because they didn't understand them. And I was like, I do. And I used to write them up and DJ on them as well. So look, I've had my finger in the pie of DJ gear since long before Digital DJ Tips. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to introduce some other people as well to help us do that, some other names in this industry. So DJ gear through the ages, and actually that does bring me on to showing you this. I thought we'd look back at some of our early videos. Or you could do this, just go to our YouTube channel and click oldest, click videos and then click oldest, and you'll see stuff like this. This was, I think, the very first video we ever made. The smallest DJ setup in the world. Hint, you can't DJ on it. No way. However, we had a go, and that was the very first video we made back. It's 14 years ago. And then the next one we made was, there I am. There's me talking into my little 480 camera on my iMac at the time, reviewing a reloop controller. I think it was called the Contour. And that was again 14 years ago. And we've hopefully improved a little bit in our video presentation since then. I know we have. And so we're going to be covering gear as well. And you should go and have a look at some of those old YouTube videos. We're not proud. We think it just shows how we've grown. You know, we've grown on the job. And I think that's what I'm most proud of with Digital DJ Tips. Just like when I started DJing, I didn't know what I was doing. There was no career path. No one told me what to do. We worked it out as we went along. And we've worked out DJ training and teaching DJs as we went along as well, which is great to do that in public, and also to realize that you're not going to fall over if you learn things in public. People are happy to come along with you for the ride. One of the nicest things someone said in the last live stream we did was, we're fans as much as students. And I really liked to hear that. So thank you, whoever it was who said that. Let's have a little look then at these books here, because I wanted to just show you, while we're getting a little bit nostalgic, the 3 books that matter most to me. And I'm a book person, I love books. So these are the 3 books that in the world of DJing have mattered the most to me over the years. The first one is this one here, The DJ's Handbook by Roy Shepard. I bought this mail order when I was about 13, I think. And this book here was my absolute Bible. You can see that it's had a life. In fact, I was 16 because I can see the year it was released there. This book taught me everything I needed to get started as a mobile DJ when I was too young to even drive a car. And it's full of pictures in the middle that really date it. This is what DJing was deemed to be like back in the day. Here's the decks, and I had some decks very similar to these with a cassette deck. Here is a Technics turntable. They were really like, wow, you mean I could own one of those one day? Sheep shearing live on the radio. I mean, look, this is a Radio 1, which is our pop music station, studio, 2 turntables. That was how the music was played. Look, this book here is clearly very dated, but this book here was my Bible. This was the book that I used to get into DJing. So what happened next was I became a mobile DJ, but then I became a club DJ, and that's where I really got myself hooked for life. This book is the club that I DJ'd at. It's called Tangled. It was in Manchester. I co-founded it with Terry, my dear friend and co-promoter and DJ for over a decade at the club. And I'm so proud of this book, looking back at what we did. This book is very special to a lot of people. We had marriages, we had divorces, we've had deaths, unfortunately. This book is literally a document of every flyer, every event that we could find, and put in here all the photos people sent in from back in the day. This was for over 10 years my absolute life. And we won awards. I got to DJ in Ibiza because of this. I got to book the DJs I loved and play with and make friends with DJs who I'd always dreamed of one day even bumping into and saying hello to. And so this book here is here for me forever. This is my career. This was, wow, a different age, but nonetheless, this is what happened from here to here. But then what happened next was I didn't want to DJ anymore. I wanted to have a family. I wanted to stop going out late at night. The party lifestyle was catching up with me. I didn't want to do it anymore, but I didn't want to leave it because you don't leave DJing. DJing for life. It's something we talked about recently. Once you've seen a packed dance floor, you've heard great music and you've seen a DJ playing that great music to a packed dance floor and decided, I want to do that. It's never going to leave you. So I decided I wanted to teach DJing. And so I took what I'd learned from this and what 10, 15 years of being a club DJ taught me, and I wrote this, and this changed everything. This book was when this website started to become serious. This book was when we got an Amazon bestseller on how to DJ. This is the second edition of the book because it's been reprinted since then. It's now being translated to other languages as well as we speak. But this book here changed everything because it put into a code the way I think about DJing and the way we teach it. And you'll have heard us talk about it many times, of course, our 5 areas of DJing. It's on page 4 of the book. It's so important. You can get this book, by the way, if you come and join Digital DJ Tips. Head over to the Digital DJ Tips website and just click at the top to the join button, and you can join and we'll give you a copy of the book. It's all free. So this book changed everything because, as I said, this book led to the course. And the course sold tens of thousands of copies. The course led to us becoming a leading name in digital DJ training and then overall DJ training, which led to us working with Jazzy Jeff and with Laidback Luke and with James Hype and all the other wonderful names we have worked with over the years. And so that's why these 3 books are so important to me, because really they document the beginning, middle and final destination, if you like, of my DJing journey, my career so far in all of this. So I thought we'd dig those out and have a look at those as well. We're going to get to your comments in a second, but firstly, I just want to point out one more thing, which I think is really important, because most companies nowadays are basically venture capitalists, people taking money, giving them to someone with a good idea, and they need to get more money back. And so the companies go from trying their hardest to get an idea out there, to doing the very best they can for the customers they've got, to trying to squeeze a bit more, to maybe looking after the people who lent them the money more than the customers. And at the end of the day, well, there's a word for it: end-shitification. The end-shitification of life happens in all areas. You just look at something that you once loved and see if it's still as good as it was. Probably isn't. And that's the way companies go. They get squeezed and that thing happens. Digital DJ Tips is proud to be small. Yes, we've taught 50,000 DJs. Yes, we're one of the biggest DJ schools, if not the biggest DJ school in the world. But DJing's a tiny world, and you don't need a big company to do that. We're very, very proud of staying small and of having funded ourselves, or rather having had you fund us. We used to have advertisers back in the day. We stopped all that quite quickly because we wanted it to be about you and us. We are all still DJs at heart here in this company. Steve came to us from Ministry of Sound. A lot of you will know Steve was one of our tutors. From Ministry of Sound, where he'd worked for many years, mixing compilations, DJing. And then Steve got himself a radio show. He was playing in Ibiza and across Spain. When I met him, he was DJing, carrying on his love for house music that way. Steve has got it in his blood. He still mixes so that he's got something to listen to when he goes out running or to the gym. Ben, who some of you will know from our community, who helps you out over in the socials. Ben still DJs every weekend in Macclesfield in England. He's the guy who goes and he's in the bar there playing when you're having a drink after work. Ben gives us fantastic and sometimes fantastical reports of what's happened over the weekend in a typical northern town. And believe me, it can be funny and heroic, but sometimes not very pretty. So look, Ben's still out there doing it. Lauren, who is our social media person. Lauren, what did she want when we were going to treat her to something? It was turntables. Lauren wanted to learn how to DJ on manual turntables with vinyl. Juanmi is a wedding DJ. Juanmi does all our numbers, our spreadsheets, our predictions, deals with our accounts, does all the number stuff. Juanmi is a well respected and loved wedding DJ where he lives in inland Spain. We've got our team are all over the place, the UK, Spain, Gibraltar, where I'm based, and where Faye is based. Oh yeah, Faye. Faye's not a DJ, but Faye's SoundCloud account gets absolutely hammered every weekend because she's downloading DJ mixes that she's finding to listen to when she goes out running. Faye's actually an ultra runner. She runs for forever. We are all, Joey owns the recording studio. Joey still DJs after 10, 15 years of DJing in the Philippines. We are all DJs. Just before we went live, this is a World Trade Center. That's where we work. Behind the World Trade Center is the Victoria Stadium here in Gibraltar. It's our national football stadium. And just before we went live, I heard doo, 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 doo. And I got that nervous feeling in my tummy. Why? Because they're sound checking a festival that's happening this weekend. Just behind us, 50 yards behind me. And I'm DJing to close this festival. It's bands playing retro music. I'm DJing to close it on some retro turntables because we thought, hey, retro turntables. And I'm very scared because they are old plastic battery-powered Columbia turntables from the 70s that you can pick up and walk along with like this. And I'm so scared that on that stage they're going to jump and all kinds of things. And that really brought it home to me. I've got to go to a sound check after this. I don't DJ now professionally all the time. I don't DJ now professionally often at all. I just take gigs when they really excite me. This one excited me when I took it a few months ago. Now I'm very scared about it. But the point I'm making is we are all DJs. This is our passion. This is why we do it. And so I wanted to thank you guys on our 50th birthday for allowing us to do that, for making this possible for us. Because my mum, God rest her soul, always used to say to me, when are you going to get a real job, Phil? And I'd be like, we are doing all right, Mum. And this is the thing that, you know, if she'd have lived to see me write this, would have made her realise that. Because I remember when we first put this out there at its first edition, I had more people on socials underneath, hey, I've written a book, saying, wow, Phil, you've really arrived. You're taking this seriously, aren't you? I had more people saying something congratulatory underneath that than when my firstborn arrived. Literally, it was around the same time. Literally more people saying, well done for writing the book than well done for starting a family. But hey, there you go. This is something that you've allowed us to do. I never did get a real job. I never did do anything that wasn't DJing with my life. And I'm very proud of that. So on our 50th birthday, thank you, people. I said this was the 50th birthday AMA, which means ask me anything. Now, what often happens is you say, you know, can I get the record box software to run on my Tractor S4? And that's all fine. Whatever you've asked, whatever you want to know, I'll help you with. But we're going to just pick and choose because, like I said, I've got a sound check to go to in a minute. So I'm going to just hit the comments now and see what you are saying. And I'll help as many people as I can for the remaining few minutes of this live show. So firstly, let's give a few shout outs. Hello to Chris. Hello to Musa in Africa. Hugo says, congratulations. Rococo is raising a toast to us. And Roger says, happy birthday too. Kesha says, I would never have got as far as I have without the courses I've taken and the weekly lives. Thank you, Phil, for everything. Oh, you're very welcome. Chris from London, happy birthday to Digital DJ Tips, one of the first websites I found after making the switch to digital DJing via a Tractor S4. We were, for a lot of you guys and girls, your version of my book, weren't we? Whereas I had this little book that I used to fall asleep with it in my hands every night. You guys and girls had us, I like to think. And so that's the case for Chris. So we're glad to have been there for you, Chris. DJ Mad Boy, I always see your videos, but what kind of DJ do you describe yourself as? That's a very interesting point. The truth is I'm not a DJ anymore because a DJ, I truly believe, has to be DJing regularly. It's something, it's like when you're training to run a marathon, which I also do. That's my thing. You know, you can be a marathon runner all your life, but unless you train for a marathon, you're not actually at that moment a marathon runner because you can't just go and do it. You can't just drop everything and go and do it. You would kill yourself. And it's the same with DJing, right? You've got to stay on top of it. You've got to be doing it regularly. It's got to be a practice you return to. Whereas for me, I haven't got time to do that. I'm too busy teaching it. So the kind of DJing I do now is just absolute to the heart of my Soul, love of music. Music is everywhere. Music is everything to me. I'm always listening to music. I'm always thinking about music. I'm always singing music. Music is my thing. It's become bigger than DJing in my life. But when I do DJ, I've just described it, I'll tend to do something a bit quirky. I'll pick a load of 7-inches up from the 80s and go and play at a retro gig. Or someone will say, can you come and play this for me? And if I like the idea, I'll go and do it. But you know what? I've spent months planning for one gig because I'm doing all that work that people who really are DJs, like who are literally doing it right now every day, they don't have to do that because they're already up to speed. They've already trained themselves to be DJing whatever it is they're doing. So I think, in truth, I am a DJ for life, but right now I'm not DJing other than quirky little bits and pieces. And of course, teaching. I do an awful lot of teaching, which those of you that have our courses will know. You'll see me DJing all the time in there, but that's not the same as getting up and playing a gig. It certainly isn't. So thank you for that, DJ Mad Boy. So Andy says, the industry needs us DJs. Well, of course it does. There'd be no industry without you. Hello, Alan Tastic, who says, hey, I finally get to watch one live. Thank you for all your lovely 15th birthday celebrations as well. Celebration things, what you call them, comments. You can tell I'm really with the lingo, aren't I? Right, I want to answer some questions. I want to help you with questions. And as I said, I was expecting people to say, I'm really stuck on something, which is great. So let's start helping you. Kung Fu Man says, I'll be using my Roland SP404 Mark II for DJing with Serato Pro on the road. And actually, you're not asking a question. You're just saying you're going to be doing it. Well, that's brilliant. This little controller here works with Serato, and it's a great way of also incorporating a bit of live looping and hybrid DJing, because, of course, that's a great thing to perform on as well. And very portable. So I hope you have a lot of fun with it. Charlie, you're so humble. You deserve success. Oh, Charlie. Thank you for that. DJ Salts says, you've also got to check out the book Last Night a DJ Saved My Life. It was updated in February. Such a good book about the history of DJing. You're quite right. I've actually got Last Night a DJ Saved My Life somewhere, but it's the old version of it. Can't see it right now. And it's been updated. Great. Well, I'd love to read that. I'll probably read that over the summer. The studio closes over summer. We're open in like college term time, right? So we're open for an autumn term and a winter term and a spring term, and then we close for the whole summer and lock up, just like school. Well, school's out for the summer. Hence, we've got our summer school coming up, which should all be pre-prepared for you. So thank you for that tip there. So what else have we got? What can I help you with? I love the experience, says Venilea, of being a DJ, playing in a bar and attracting customers who hear music as they walk by, come in, and I can make the bar money by getting them to stay there. You know, what you just described there, Venilea, is quite inspired, because a lot of DJs never get that. A lot of DJs just think it's about them, but it isn't about them. Even the biggest superstar DJs, it's not really about them. Their team is trying to deliver the best possible thing they can deliver for them being the massive crowd in the festival. But it bubbles all the way down to the bar on the corner. If you realize it's not about you, it's about trying to get people into the bar and getting them to stay there. And what can you do that inspires you, but that also does that? You know more than most DJs. So, hey, it's great to read that. Thank you for sharing. So hello to It's Illusion, who says, happy birthday from Washington State. Glad to catch you live for a bit. I am Preacher Man. Congratulations on your career, Phil. Well, we're not quite done yet. And thank you very much for that. What else have we got? What's the here? We've got an actual question here. What's the easiest way, says Charlie on Facebook, to get music from CD to pen drive? I would say rip it into a laptop and drag it onto the pen drive, but not going to be too much fun DJing with it that way. Best off putting some DJ software between the last two stages. So rip it into your computer and then put it into Rekordbox if you want to be using gear like this here. Whoops, like this here. Oh, my cameras are playing up. Hey, great. You know, this is how it happens live sometimes. Right, so if you want to be using gear like this and inserting a drive, then you're going to want to use Rekordbox to prepare it first. And of course, if you're going to be using gear like this, which is the Engine DJ equivalent of the Pioneer Alpha Theta gear, then you use their software, Engine DJ. And then when you plug it in, it will give you your waveforms and your key and your BPM and your search and all that stuff that makes DJing easier. So CD drive to computer, computer to DJ software to pen drive is the way to do that. Where do you find those fabulous shirts? Yes! Thank you. Well, I could tell you, but I would have to kill you. I am Preacher Man. Now, what was the very first vinyl you played, Phil, says Kev? The first vinyl I bought, probably quite apt, was a song called Disco by Ottawan, a French disco pop band in 1980. However, the first vinyl I played, I remember the very first song I played, like when I was DJing with real decks and mixing, was Ride on Time by Black Box. And I remember exactly how it felt and where I was and everything. So there you go. Brian says, thank you for 15 years of information and inspiration. I love your books, courses and videos. Oh, thank you. D Suit says, I only DJ a couple of times a year. Look, most people who love DJing only DJ a couple of times a year. They still DJ, but not often. But that doesn't mean you're not a DJ. That doesn't mean you're not allowed to be into the gear and into the music and into mixing and into performing, because, hey, a couple of times a year counts. And of course, we play about with making mixtapes. We play about with curating radio shows and podcasts and live streams nowadays. DJing is a broad church. You don't have to be out there DJing 5 times a week to be a DJ, but you do have to be out there earning money to be a professional. The point is that DJing is now bigger than the club, and DJing is now bigger than the little small band of professional full-time DJs. For every full-time DJ, there's 100 DJs who just love it as a hobby, and that's absolutely fine. So if you think, I don't know who this is, a conversation going on, but if you think she ain't read your book cover to cover 400 times, you're overlooking something. Oh, you're talking about my wife. Oh, she probably has, but then I probably made her proofread it. So yeah. Oh, Charlie, great question. Beatles or the Stones? Definitely the Beatles, Charlie. Thank you for all and everything you do. Digital DJ Tips. It says him and that. I've worked at both In Music and Serato, and they both really love your videos. It was always the talk of the office the minute you released a new one. Oh, thank you for that. Right, so what else have we got? Nick says, good luck with tomorrow's gig, Phil. I know, I need it. So didn't you fancy taking the Omnis Duo or something for a backup? Absolutely, I'm taking a little Denon DJ Prime Go for a backup. So what else have we got then? Techno Beat, I got to play my local bar by the beachside. I volunteered to play house and top hits. I just used my laptop and I connected it to a couple of CDJs. It was quite overwhelming, to be honest. It was my first time using CDJs, but hey, you did it, Techno Beat, so well done there. And just one or two more. This is from Hungary. Live Moonside says, I'm writing from Hungary. I love your videos. I hope you'll be with us for a long time to come. I hope I'll be with you for a long time to come. I don't fancy the alternative. And Easy C says, Phil, is it wrong to have people come to a bar that you DJ at for the music and not for me as a DJ? I've never liked being promoted on flyers. Oh, what a lovely, humble way to end our live stream. You want people to come to the bar because of the music that you're playing, not the fact that it's you that's doing the DJing. Well, in a way, they're not coming because it's you. Your name might be on the flyer, but that doesn't mean they're coming because of you. Unless you're Tiesto or Getter or something. It could be any name on the flyer. They're coming because they like what happens in the bar. When I was a promoter for 15 years, that's how I got to DJ and form and do Tangled, right? I was a promoter for 15 years. And what we learned were a few things. Number one, you don't need guest DJs. You just need to play good music and people will come back. And then because they like the music and because they start coming back, the small number of them that are super fans will start to get to know who you are. But most of them don't give a monkey's who you are. Second thing, don't write genres on your flyer. Don't write, deep house and, Latin grooves or whatever. Just play the bloody music. Let them decide what it is. Because for every 10 people who read on the flyer, oh, they're playing deep house and Latin grooves. Well, to start with, they're going to be men. You don't want a club full of train spottery blokes. And I'm generalising, of course, but that's the way it is. If you just have a well-designed flyer and you get people in once and they like the music, then you're going to get everyone. You're going to get the bloke. Of course, you're going to get the women who are into the music as well. But the point is, you're going to get a mixture of normal people, not geeky DJ bloke types who are like, oh, they're saying they're going to play minimal techno, so I'll go and check that they do. And if they don't, I'll have a word with that dude. You don't want that. So don't start listing genres. Don't make it a homework assignment on your flyer. And of course, your digital promotion nowadays. Just have a nice name for the night and play good music. So this is exactly what you're saying here. ECC, and that's enough.
If they want your name on the flyer, that's okay. But don't think that they're making you the star of the show that way. It's just some people expect if there's a DJ playing that their name's going to be listed on the flyer. But do a job about playing the music properly and people will come back. And then you can be proud of that and staying humble. Right, okay. I'm going to leave it there. And thank you very much once more. Now remember, if you are interested in what we've just launched today, which is this, our VIP access, I'm not going to click on it again. You can go and have a look at that. All I would say is if you've ever thought, I don't know what to choose, I just want the lot. All their courses look good. You're going to want to go and look at that. So head to Digital DJ Tips today and click on VIP access. Keep an eye out for our summer of offers and prize draws, including the current one, which again you'll find on the website, where you can win 4 wonderful controllers and standalone systems from Den & DJ and Newmark. And for me, as we begin to celebrate our 15th birthday, and as I begin to get really nervous about the sound check I'm about to do and the gig tomorrow on little turntables, a bit like this one here. From all of that to you, have a lovely weekend yourselves. I will see you next week with a full rundown of how it all went. And hopefully some more stuff that we haven't even conceived of yet. As it happens here, we tend to do stuff on the fly. So I'll see you next week. Till then, get good, get out there, make the moments, and hey, happy birthday to us. Bye for now.